Francis Ngannou here in Saudi Arabia. Francis, how are you?
I'm good, Auntie, and you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's good to see you. You seem like you're in good spirits. You've done this walk once before in a big heavyweight fight with Tyson Fury. Now it's Anthony Joshua. Does it feel any different?
Um, no, it doesn't feel any different because the goal is the same, is to go out there and win.
The goal is the same. Goal is to win. How much do you feel like you learned from that bout with Tyson Fury? Obviously, on the back of it, a lot of people felt you did do enough to have your hand raised. It didn't happen. But how much do you feel like you learned from that first experience?
I learned a lot from that experience because that was my first time to have to train for a 10 round fight, boxing match, or to even have to train for a boxing match and to fight and to get into 10 rounds. So it was a lot of experience, a lot of stuff that I had to discover about myself and about the sport itself.
How difficult was it to accept that loss? Because, like I said, a lot of people felt you had done enough to be successful.
Well, it wasn't difficult because I'm not a fool. I know that I was alone. You know, I was a lonely wolf in the jungle. So everybody would try to. They were trying to protect their interest from me because I was coming after everything. And when I look at what happened, what I gained from that fight, I think he was more than what they took from me. You know, so I knew even before getting into the fight, I knew that the odds was against me. Everything was set to against me, and that and I knew that they would get surprised. I was counting on that element of surprise because if it wasn't that, they wouldn't even let us get all the way there.
Element of surprise is an interesting point because when I speak to people about your fight with AJ, excuse me, they say that element of surprise it's not the same now because we've seen you in a boxing ring, we've seen you with Tyson Fury. Do you feel like you have lost that element of surprise ahead of Friday night?
I think that for the same reason that people think I have lost the element of surprise is the same reason that I still have an element of surprise because they are saying that based on my last fight, but what they are forgetting is that that was just my first fight and this is the second fight. I went out there, I learned from that fight, and then I came back, trained from this fight, completely different, changed as far as experience and even techniques. So they might still be surprised if they think they are not surprised. Those who will not be surprised are those who think they can be surprised.
Does what happened in the Fury fight change your approach against Anthony Joshua? Do we see an even more aggressive version of yourself? Do we see you look for the knockout so that it's out of the judge's hand?
No, I think I was aggressive. I think I was working forward even in the Fury fight. So, but now looking for the knockout, they don't look for knockout. Knockout always come alone by himself.
Some people, up until the Otto Wallin fight, have questioned if Anthony Joshua is a little gun shy, if he's maybe a little scared to let his hands go for his punches. Do you feel like that is something you've seen in Anthony Joshua, somebody who is concerned about being hit?
I don't know what he does. I think everybody should be concerned about getting hit. I don't want to get hit, so I just want to hit the other guys.
The challenge of Anthony Joshua is very different to Tyson Fury. How does this fight play out in your mind?
It's the same thing. Just a mountain to climb.
How do you climb it?
Where by winning, doing the same thing, go out there, go after it, do my best.
Obviously, just to quickly end on, I know that you're going back into the PFL after this fight. Why cross
You
over?
don't know. You don't know.
Oh, so the report suggested you was going to go back into
Everyone
MMA.
suggested.
Okay.
So potentially,
So
that's what it means. Suggestion means potentially, but no like guarantee. It depends how this fight goes. Because I think after this fight, the winner might have to fight for the undisputed right away, and I will not. It's not a good timing to go to MMA before come back fight for the undisputed. I think it's gonna be back to back.
just final one. What did you make of AJ's performance against Otto Wallin?
It was a good performance, basically from a guy that wasn't giving him any adversity.
Francis, I appreciate your time. Anything you'd like to say to everybody ahead of Friday?
Thank you.